Aloha and good morning. I am so happy to be back here with you guys. I wanted to touch on the topic of grace today. Today's blog post is actually about grace and the fact that grace is messy. In the post, you'll see that I wrote about a client who had doubts about whether or not she could get through this next period of her life with grace. And looking at how to really redefine that word, right? Because I think we have this notion that grace has to look elegant or pretty. Even if you look at the Webster's definition of the word, it has to do with beauty and elegance. And I think that we have this idea in our minds, in our society, that to be graceful or to be in a state of grace has to somehow look really pristine and pretty. And the fact is that grace is messy. Grace is about giving yourself kindness and compassion. And anything less than that, or pretending that you're going through life with grace, I actually talk about in the article, is spiritual bypassing, which I love that Jocelyn in the Silver Souls group talked about spiritual bypassing yesterday, because she and I just seem to be on the same wavelength, and today's article has something in there about spiritual bypassing. So let me just start by making a confession. I was not practicing grace with myself, and I was guilty recently of spiritual bypassing. In other words, as I'm going through things in life and processing some really big stuff, in a period of transition, I was telling myself, or in the moment reframing myself about what was happening. So I'm going, no, everything is okay and I've got it all handled and blah, 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 and not really necessarily taking the time to kind of pause and lean into what's really present and ask myself, like we have talked about in the past, what is this emotion and what does it have to teach me? And last week I was guilty of spiritual bypassing and just sort of reframing myself in the moment and moving on and kind of taking that emotion and putting it away because, there was a lot of stuff that needed to get done. And as a result, I ended up hitting a wall spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically, and had to literally take a sick day yesterday and do nothing but lay in bed. That's the consequence of spiritual bypassing. Right? Pretending everything is okay when maybe you need to take some time to really lean into and process what's going on and then ask for the learning, and not practicing grace. In other words, giving yourself compassion and kindness, right? And realizing that grace is messy. It's not linear. It's not, waking up every day and being in that enlightened state of kind of skating through life. Now, is it wonderful when we're in the flow and we're like connected to source and we're choosing love? Of course. And we're human beings. And that's not always going to be our default. It's a practice. It's a learning. It's something that we are growing into every day. It's something that we recommit to every day. And it's about giving yourself that kindness and compassion, giving yourself grace inside of the messy. So that's it. That's what I've got for you guys today. So what I'm wondering is, how can you give yourself grace inside of the murk and the mess and the difficulties that can sometimes pop up in life? Yeah, because the reality is that life will just continue to happen. And your response to it is really up to you. And, to pretend that everything is okay because we're all just such, beautifully enlightened individuals is spiritual bypassing. And reframing yourself in the moment, though good, has to come with an acknowledgement of the learning, has to come with an acknowledgement of what you're feeling, and perhaps even a pause to drop in and really feel it. I hope that makes sense. So how will you all commit to giving yourself grace today, tomorrow, and the rest of this week? Posted here. I'm so looking forward to hearing your posts and to reading what you have to say about grace. And, just love you guys. And I'm so grateful that you're so active and supporting one another. And even on the days when I have to take a sick day, that you guys keep this group alive and thriving. So thank you all for giving me some grace yesterday to kind of take a day and drop in and regroup and recalibrate. And as a result, I'm back and feeling better than ever because I actually gave myself grace and took some time to recoup and to practice self-care. Got to practice the practices, guys. I'm not immune to it either. Just because I wrote the 7 pillars of resilience doesn't mean I got to work that shit every day. So I love you guys. I look forward to hearing what you have to say, and continue to have a beautiful rest of your Tuesday. From my loving heart to all of yours, with lots and lots of love and aloha. Ahui ho. My computer is being slow, so even though I'm trying to end this live video, it's not ending. So we'll just hang out till the computer decides it wants to end the video. You can always just stop watching until my computer decides to cooperate. Don't you just love technology? Okay, the computer doesn't want me to end the live video. Apparently just wants me to keep going, which is hilarious. So I'm just going to acknowledge those of you who are here and to say that I love you guys. And Rick says, welcome back. And I'm stuck on live. No, Michelle, I'm totally stuck on live. Isn't that hilarious? If I ever decide to repurpose this video, I'm gonna have to edit this shit out right here. Although maybe not, because this is like right here, this PK, like real and raw, and this is how she just is. Oh my God, this is hilarious. Let's try again. Let's see if I can end it one more time. This is hilarious. It literally won't let me get off the live video. What do you guys want to talk about until I try to get this thing to end? Oh my God, that's hilarious. Okay, one more time. We're doing it. Maybe. It's not ending. You guys, what does a girl do when she can't end a live video? I don't want it to go away. If I just close the browser, then the whole video might be gone. All right, I love you guys for hanging tight and hanging with me. This is awesome. Well, for those of you who saw it, yay, I'm gonna close the browser. Maybe it will save. Maybe I'll have to do the whole thing again. I don't know. Apparently, you're right, Ray. The universe says I have more to say. Either that or something's going on with my computer. All right. There's got to be another way. Famous last words. There's got to be a better way. Oh my God, I love you guys so much. Remember that one time when Peggy did a live video and then she couldn't end it? Oh gosh. Okay. All right. There it goes. Closing the browser.